93 Boxing. I'm back with a quick video. You know, I'm from the UK and I feel like I need to give this opinion. I've gave this opinion before, but I feel like Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz is happening soon. It's official. Press conference took place. And, Anthony Joshua is going to fight Kovrat Pulev, who, I believe I remember him saying that he don't want to fight Joshua right now. He's not ready. But all of a sudden now he wants to fight. Hey man, he must be getting paid pretty good. Most people in the UK feel like Deontay Wilder's the one that's ducking. He's scared, and Anthony Joshua's the real deal. Anthony Joshua may or may not be the real deal. We don't really know. My honest opinion, and I'm from the UK, so I want to give my opinion on this. Deontay Wilder is not necessarily ducking Anthony Joshua. I don't think Anthony Joshua's also ducking Deontay Wilder, but his team is. I really think his team is ducking for him. Eddie Hearn, the whole lot. When I say team, I'm talking about Eddie Hearn, really, not necessarily like Team Joshua. Joshua does have a better resume. So when you look at their resume, it's like, yeah, Deontay Wilder might be ducking, but Deontay Wilder wanted to fight Povetkin, he wanted to fight all these fighters, right? And I do think he would want to fight Anthony Joshua if Team Joshua gave him the offer, or rather Eddie Hearn gave the offer. Eddie Hearn, this whole Matchroom, the Sky Sports don't want to give him no offer, man. Instead, they'll rather put, they don't want to talk about no. I remember a while ago, maybe a year or maybe like around Klitschko time or before that, they didn't want to fight no Deontay Wilder. You can tell from them straight away. And then they were talking about Tony Bellew versus Deontay Wilder. That's a bullshit fight. And what that is Tony Bellew being put in front of there between Joshua and Wilder as a buffer, as just a thing to get in the way for Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua to happen. Eddie Hearn wants to make the most amount of money possible with Joshua. So you can imagine, because that's really his biggest cash cow out of all the fighters that he have. Kell Brook took a big hit, and Kell Brook was one of his biggest cash cows, right? But Anthony Joshua's riding the most amount of hype, even in the States. And then, they put Dillian White and all this shit. When you send a contract, okay? When you send a contract to someone, and the contract might be it seems appealing, but even if it seems appealing for you, but you still reject it, most people are going to say you're ducking and all that. But even though that might be the case, a lot of times we don't know what else is in the contract and all the other things that we just don't know, right? But I just get the impression from Eddie Hearn looking at his interviews, he never mentions Deontay Wilder. He never really mentions Deontay Wilder. Pretends as if this guy's this guy isn't shit to face Joshua. It's like as if Deontay Wilder doesn't even exist. When Wilder went to Sky Sports, right? During the fight with Joshua and Klitschko, I believe. I believe that fight. And these guys were acting as if... they were talking about Wilder and Belly, but these guys were acting as if Deontay Wilder's they would not even entertain the thought of Wilder facing Joshua. That's how they were talking about. None of these commentators were actually making a big deal about Wilder versus Joshua, when you should, if anything, because Wilder is a champion, the WBC champion, right? He's a KO artist, big 6'7" heavyweight, right? Now you got Joshua, another guy, big 6'6", 6'7" or whatever, heavyweight, knocking guys out. Why would we not want to see it? This is what the fans want to see, right? But here in the UK, we're talking about Joseph Parker. They're talking about Joseph Parker, Tony Bellew. They don't want to match Tony Bellew up with Joshua. It's just Wilder. They're talking about it as a buffer. Let's be real, man. The fact that they didn't mention Wilder, and then also Johnny Nelson, who also works for Sky, said that, he heard Wilder got dropped 2 or 3 times. No, actually he didn't hear. He said it as if he was so confident, right, that this actually happened, where Wilder got dropped by Klitschko in sparring. You clearly know he's chatting shit, man. This whole Sky and this Matchroom is all bunch of shit chatters and shit talkers. I really believe Eddie Hearn is ducking. Look what Eddie Hearn's doing with Kell Brook. Kell Brook's being protected before Eddie Hearn, but damn. Eddie Hearn been trying to avoid Errol Spence for him as much as possible. I mean, but yeah, man. Let me know what you think, man. Don't forget to comment down below. Subscribe to my channel, 93 Boxing. I'm out.